And one of the men who's at the center of this Busia ODM primaries row is now seated with NTVs Trevor Ombija live in our Nairobi studios.
That's right. And Trevor, it does seem that Governor Ojaamong has some explaining to do, especially over that 100% turnout in his Teso stronghold.
Absolutely, Mark and Smith. And in fact, that's where we begin, Governor. Thanks for making time for us. How do you explain that massive turnout that sort of surpasses the 100% mark in the two constituencies?
First of all, we have to correct the impression that we only have 40,000 might be registered voters in Teso South. Okay. I don't know 37. No. If somebody should be serious to go and check with IBC. We have 67,000 registered voters in Teso South and around 56 in Teso North. Okay. So the figure you people are working on, it's 2013. We are in which year? In 2017, really. How do you compare, bring the figures of 2013 when we are in 2017? So let us correct that impression. Yeah.
But even if that argument would suffice, that there have been more voters who've been registered, this sort of shows that the turnout was more than 70% and even 80%.
Yes. If you looked at the voter turnout in Funyula, which is the highest actually in these elections, they had 77% turnout.
And also
Funyula.
that analogy
in
also...
Teso, in fact, it was less than 70 or 72%.
Yeah.
So let's not look at the Teso side alone. In Funyula, where my opponent comes from, the turnout was 77%.
But Governor, even if you say that in Teso South, there are about 67,000 who've been registered now, that is also assuming that all of them belong to ODM? Exactly.
That's the assumption. That's why you saw us going to the primaries. All those areas where people have gone for election are perceived to be ODM strongholds.
Even though the leaders from there actually elected from URP?
Those people were elected in URP, but they were ODM officials. They just ran away to secure a ticket. So in the, you know, if you, Raila Odinga scored 98% of the votes in Teso. So you cannot tell us there is Jubilee in Teso. Those MPs, the two were ODM officials.
So you still believe you won fair and square?
I still believe on that, and even I'm asking them if it's a repeat tomorrow, we shall go.
So then are you saying the National Elections Board failed the people of Busia then?
It never failed. You know, whenever somebody puts a complaint, he should be listened to. You know, somebody wants to give an excuse, oh, so and so. Let's go back to the people again and see. On 25th, we are ready. And we have told the Elections Board we are ready any time to go for those elections.
Why do you think it took so long for these numbers to come in? Because just before that, Otuoma was leading by a margin of about 62,000 and you at 39,000.
But look at it. Assuming that his stronghold had around 40,000 votes. He had only 69. That's his stronghold. That's, even if I go to one constituency from my side, I will still surpass him. So these figures talk for themselves. In his own stronghold, had 40,000 votes. He had only 60. So there's nothing wrong about that.
He thinks you should be disqualified and the ticket automatically given to him.
You know, everybody is free to imagine things the way they want. But there are rules that will be applied in any election or any event. So the election board has its own regulations. So you cannot come and dictate to the National Elections Board. He's just a candidate like any other person. In fact, a very strange candidate because he's a defector. He had defected from the party.
That he said he only wanted to be removed as a vice. He didn't exactly defect.
He defected and even ate Jubilee money. Everybody knows. People feasted in his home.
Do you have any evidence of that, Governor? Because it's national TV and you're saying he took Jubilee money.
You know, where the money was shared, a place called Bukalama, it's 2 kilometers away from my home. People saw. And the week after that, there was a lot of money exchanging hands, delegations coming, delegations being parted in, in this candidate's home.
Yeah. So you confirming you have evidence?
We have enough evidence.
Okay. And during the party primaries, there was a newspaper circulation, one of them bearing the Daily Nation headline, apparently saying that Otuoma has defected, and he accused you. Are you responsible for having that printed?
I think it's him who created it. I think he is the one who's linked to these things. He created it so to seek sympathy from the people. So I have no business. I knew I was going to win an election anyway in ODM. I know my loyalty, the ODM is unquestionable. definitely I was going to get the ticket in any case. So why should I go around printing useless things? For what?
Do you know those returning officers in person? Because there are also allegations that you met a few of them.
No, the returning officers are people from Busia County. They are residents of Busia. So why should I not know them? You know?
So have you had any interactions or sort of that influence the outcome, in
really.
your opinion?
You know, the officials were trained by the National Elections Board in various places. And there were people from all over Busia County. So it's not they are by people.
Yeah.
They are residents of Busia County.
Okay. Let me bring in Paul Otuoma here. He's joining us on phone from Funyula. Honorable, thanks for making time for us. You've heard the governor's response. What do you say? Honorable Paul Otuoma, if you can hear me, you've heard what the governor said. What would you say about that? All right, we're getting back with the Paul Otuoma in just a bit. But so one of the allegations that also came out was that the officials who are there are people you've employed before. So therefore, there was a bit of conflict of interest.
I don't think, you know, these are residents of Busia. Where they were recruited, I do not know in the first place. First of all, if you looked at might be the chairman of the person overseeing, you can say that was Otuoma's relative. Juma, Vitalis Juma. I have no relationship with him, but totally. Even the Betty, that's a lawyer. I should have complained. Eh? But, you know, these are the people who picked these people, not me.
But for the National Elections Board itself to confirm that they have to change the set of the officials there, does that show that there was a bit of controversy there?
You know, this man started complaining a long time ago, even before this team was put in place.
Okay.
It is common knowledge. So whether they bring new officials, whether he brings Arabs or Israelites, that we are prepared for him any day.
All right, let me bring in Paul Otuoma. Honorable Paul Otuoma is joining us on phone from Funyula. Honorable, thanks for making time for us. You've heard what the governor has said. What is your response to it?
What did he say, please? I didn't get it clearly.
Well, the governor says that the people who were there, some of them are related to you, and even if you go back to the nominations, he'll still beat you hands down.
You know, first of all, my brother.
Yes, go ahead.
I have to tell you that when you look at those elections, even a nursery school kid can tell you that this is fraudulent. How do you get 12,000 votes in 5 sub-counties, and then you get almost 80,000 in only 2 sub-counties? And if you look at those elections, it means there are 44,000 people who came to vote for the governor. They didn't vote for the MCA. They didn't vote for the MP. It doesn't make any sense. Like the MPs in Teso North, all the 3 people who participated had 17,000 votes. How did he end up with 33,000? You know, even if you want to do some rigging, as I said earlier, you need to employ a little bit of intelligence in it.
All right, and I'll have him respond to you because we are still with him here. You've heard what Honorable Paul Otuoma said. What is your response to that? Out of all that 5 sub-counties, you have 12,000, and then from 2 sub-counties, you have 80,000.
You know what he doesn't know? Look at Budalang sub-county. Budalang is a sub-county. It's almost equivalent. In fact, it goes into Teso South almost 4 times. So you don't just talk about the numbers of sub-counties. You'll find that, like the Teso, for instance, the population is around 400,000. The 2 sub-counties. But the other sub-counties, you'll find that they are around 500. So you'll find that it's not the number of sub-counties, but it's the population there. It's the population.
Honorable Otuoma?
I think if you have a governor who does not even understand the statistics of his county, it is very unfortunate.
What is your version of the statistics, Honorable?
If you look at Teso South, the registered voters are around 60,000, according to the new IBC statistics.
Okay.
If you go to Budalangi, which he keeps on calling a ward that goes into Teso South 4 times, it has got 41,000 registered people. So the difference between Budalangi and Teso South, which you must also take into account, is cosmopolitan towards the Busia town, you will find that the difference is only 20,000. And Teso South is not a rural constituency, it is an urban. Part of it is urban, that part of it is Busia town. So you would expect high densely populated people that are completely cosmopolitan in nature. And 2, you must also understand that I don't want Governor Ojaamong to start imputing wrong motives on Teso community, which he does not represent. First of all, they didn't even vote for him. Let him go back and look at the statistics in 2013.
All right, let him respond to that first.
He was defeated by Engineer Sidai so heavily. And even today, I defeated him in Teso North.
All right.
He's just misrepresenting and trying to bring a community, his personal issues. He's trying to drag in the community, which is very wrong.
Okay, hold on. Let him respond, then I'll bring you back online.
You see, the 2013 statistics are very clear.
Yeah.
The guy talking got 11,000 votes in his Funyula constituency. Where I come from, Teso South, at 28,000. At 28,000. So I don't know which figures he's using. I think this guy is messed up himself. He doesn't know what to talk about. The statistics are there to show.
Okay.
Teso South at 28,000. He was a minister, but he only got 11,000. Even in these results, I have 2 MCAs in his constituency who won just the recent elections. He remained with the 2, who also won very narrowly. I had over 7,000 votes in his constituency.
Okay.
So what is he talking about? So these figures even talk for themselves.
All right.
Of all the MPs that were elected in this ODM, all are mine. 90% of the MCS are mine. Where does he get the votes in?
Okay. Let's shift gears to the headlines, the fake news that was going on. Honorable Otuoma, do you still maintain that the governor had something to do with the headlines that mentioned that you had defected to Jubilee?
Definitely. You have seen him going before the media and saying that I'm a Jubilee person, I'm a Jubilee mall, defected. So, and we were only 2 contestants.
Earlier on, he said that you had received some money from Jubilee.
Yeah?
Before you joined us on phone, he said that you had received some money from Jubilee.
People who only can make money through stealing public money, they think everybody can only get money because you have been given. This fellow, I campaigned for him in 2013 when he had nothing. So, and I still do business. What business does he do other than stealing public funds?
All right, let's not get personal, but he still maintains that you had something to do with them.
Because I'm asking, when he keeps on saying that you can only have money because you have been given by Jubilee, I'm asking, even before I came into politics, the kind of things I do are known. When I used to help him with money, was I getting it from Jubilee?
All right. Your response to that. And he still maintains that you had something to do with the fake news.
I joined politics earlier than my opponent here. In fact, he got me in parliament. So the issue of him saying that he's rich, I don't know how it's talk about. You don't go advertising your riches anyway. If I also went personal, I know Otuoma in out.
Okay.
I know his personal life. Even his pay slip is only 70,000 shillings.
Okay, let's not get personal.
So there's not what we know. He took the money. The Busia people know it was in the Bukalama next to my home.
So then, are you confirming that you had something to do with the fake news? Because you're essentially confirming what is
about the newspaper. Saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's it's not my creation anyway. That's his own creation.
Okay.
I've never even used abusive language against him. But I know I can take on any time, any day.
Okay.
And from today, let him expect a real battle. What happened was just skirmishes.
Okay.
The real battle is coming now.
Very fast. What happens if you lose these elections? The upcoming one.
Losing, when you go to a game, you either win or lose. But I'm very sure. So I've always told my supporters I have 7 ways of winning an election in Busia County.
All right.
This one I just applied one of it, which knocked. I saw my friend sweating profusely for the first time, and it was very cold in the morning.
All right. Thanks for making time for us, Governor.
Thank you.
Governor Sospeter Ojaamong from Busia, and also Paul Otuoma speaking to us on phone from Funyula.